For sure.
That'd be good. It's up and off 2 days. I'm gonna change my sign up to a bigger screen. Yeah. And didn't ask.
Right. I know.
Thought that didn't ask. Who did this?
I know Eric was playing, but it's
Said it was that.
and then I don't know if he was thinking anybody from his department, but I think you didn't they say Lori, and then maybe Kristen.
What's that?
Yeah. I guess you was up in my yard, but that's right. You don't think it could? Yeah, I'm supposed to do that. I put on that last time.
Yeah.
Hey, Mike.
I see.
Yes. I slid that under your door before our relationship. I'm trying to fetch that out of my yard.
Did, Susan, did you know the cemetery,
Why is the meeting so packed tonight?
They have a meeting about the stuff.
Do it.
hey, Mike,
Let me ask. I was here. Pay for something. Yeah, what it was, man.
we're gonna sign call warranty, you guys.
No, they just want to hear.
Church over there. Stop after she died. Stop. Over here. You're like,
Yeah, not today. You know, my mom had this for 3 weeks. She'd come out and live in the house. And then when she did come out that day, the church and stuff, then she couldn't, you know, stop coughing.
All right, final call, anybody wanna sign up for unscheduled appearance?
No.
Going once, twice?
We're gonna be starting with Public Works, by the way. We'll be starting with Public Works.
Ask Lori if she started it.
I'd like to call the Wagoner Public Works regular business meeting, March 3rd at 6 PM. We have Brother Mike Wisdom here to open us in prayer, if you would.
Bow our heads. Lord, we thank you for this day. We thank you for the men and women that serve this community. We pray, Lord, that you can lead and guide and direct their steps. We believe that you are concerned about what happens in this room because it affects the citizens of our city. I pray, Lord, for our city officials, our emergency personnel. I pray that you keep us safe over the next couple of days with the storms rolling in, that you keep your hand upon us. I pray for our city, our community. Lord, those that are less fortunate, those that are suffering, help us to make right decisions. Let us be unified. In Jesus' name we pray. Amen.
Bob?
Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Item number 1, consider approval of minutes February 3rd and 25th, 2025.
Discussion?
I'll make that motion to approve the minutes on February the 3rd and the 25th, 2025.
Second.
Have a motion and a second. Please call the roll.
Wagoner,
Yes.
Wright,
Yes.
Higginbottom,
Yes.
Butler,
Yes.
North,
Yes.
Sampson,
Yes.
Abernathy.
Yes.
Item number 2, consider approval or denial of claim. Butler,
Yes.
Sampson,
Yes.
Higginbottom,
Yes.
Abernathy,
Yes.
North,
Yes.
Wright,
Yes.
Wagoner.
Yes.
Item number 3 is the chairman's report.
We have to do this to pass something for the city. So I'm gonna do my main report on the city side. But I'm gonna go ahead and do our employees of the month. So employee of the month for February is Mr. Scott Mosley. Scott works with the street department. So Scott, we've appreciated everything you've done with the bad weather we've had, and so congratulations.
Pose for a picture now.
Don't blink.
I'll put it on Facebook. 1, 2, 3. Got
And next, we have Mr. George Scroggs II. George, if you want to come on up. Are you water distribution or wastewater? Water. Okay, not kind of one
My
thing.
shirts say wastewater.
Okay. I appreciate it.
Congratulations. Lovely. Got it.
Now I want to talk about something that's very dear to me. You know, when we had the last downtown firefight, we had 3 retirees that I'm thankful that I've worked quite a while with all 3 of them. But these 3 men took it upon themselves to come help us. They ran trucks, they fought fire, they did whatever they could. So one of them's not here. I believe he's still out of state. But I'd like to recognize these men because they definitely deserve it. They've given a lot to this community over the years. Dave, how many years? 22. 22 years. Missed a lot of family deals, left food on the grill to come. Mike, about 103. 35.
Jesus.
Done a lot for this city, both of you. You've had holidays at the fire station. You've seen the citizens of this town in some of their worst moments. That's not an easy fact when you're in a small town and we know everyone. So I'd like to recognize them. So first off, Mr. Mike Cagle, if you would.
Thank you. Ready for that? 1, 2, 3.
Look at Susie, so she's got to get my good angle. Next, we have probably the best crappie fisherman on Lake Fort Gibson, Mr. David Morrison.
Got it.
we would probably like to have all three of these fellas back. They're good men, and they've left big shoes to fill, and we're still trying to fill them. The third one is Jeff Hamilton, and that's three of the best firemen I've ever seen. So, thank you, guys. That's all I'll do in the chairman's report, yes.
Item number 4, consider approval of progress invoice number WAG 24-08-01 in the amount of $5,000 from Infrastructure Solutions Group, LLC, Consulting Engineers for WAG 24-08 Water Treatment Plant Residuals Project, or take other action.
Go ahead, Dale.
This is for our invoice. We put out some plans, drawings, and bid.
Have a motion and a second. Please call the roll.
Higginbottom,
Yes.
Abernathy,
Yes.
Wagoner,
Yes.
North,
Yes.
Sampson,
Yes.
Wright,
Yes.
Butler.
Yes.
Item number 5, consider approval of progress invoice WAG 23-02-02 for engineering services for ARPA wastewater treatment plant headworks, project number WAG 23-02, in the amount of $107,600 from Infrastructure Solutions Group, LLC, Consulting Engineers, or take other action.
Council, this is for part of the ARPA project. If you remember right, the ARPA, we got a $2 million grant, and we matched it with $2 million. This is the headworks out at the wastewater treatment plant through bidding.
Any discussion? Entertain a motion.
So moved.
Second.
Have a motion and a second. Please call the roll.
Sampson,
Yes.
Abernathy,
Yes.
Butler,
Yes.
Higginbottom,
Yes.
North,
Yes.
Wagoner,
Yes.
Wright.
Yes.
Item number 6, consider accepting an approval of audit for the Widener Public Works Authority for the fiscal year ending 6/30/2024. Hood and Associates, or take other action.
So, excuse me. We spoke with Hood and Associates earlier today. They had some kind of glitch in their software. They thought they were going to have it completed by the end of the day. They do not. They still had questions on one transaction. So we're going to have to call a special meeting sometime, probably in the next couple weeks. So I'd like the board to take no action.
Would this one also have the correction on the WIDA audit as well? Remember, she gave the WIDA audit, but it wasn't the correct audit that she gave because she was missing that $140,000.
It was
know.
correct, that the 140 transaction was during this fiscal year.
Okay, so it,
She was auditing 22, 23.
okay.
Item number 7, consider promoting Joe McDuffie to water distribution / wastewater distribution supervisor, or take other action.
I misplaced my paper, Rory, I'm sorry.
On the handle.
Good evening. There we go. All right. So Joe McDuffie has been stepping in for where Jeff Bemo retired back in January, which is the wastewater distribution crew. He's taken on that role as well as his water distribution. So he's already the water distribution supervisor, but the mayor approached him with taking on the wastewater as well. And that's what we're asking you to approve tonight, is to make him the supervisor of water and wastewater distribution. And that would be increase in pay of $3 an hour, which would make his new rate $29.87 an hour. and we'd like the effective date to be February 17th, 2025.
Any discussion?
So moved.
Second.
Have a motion and a second. Larry made the motion. Please call the roll.
Higginbottom,
Yes.
North,
Yes.
Butler,
Yes.
Sampson,
Yes.
Wagoner,
Yes.
Abernathy,
Yes.
Wright.
Yes.
Thank you.
Item number 8, consider authorizing receiving and opening sealed bids for the selection of a contractor to remove and dispose of water treatment plant residuals, middle pond, or take other action.
Go ahead, Dale.
Council, what this is, the project I talked about earlier was for the north pond. Contractor is out on site, and he said if we could, do the middle pond, which is also needing the residuals taken out, he can give the city a big discount, okay? He gave us a price for it, but per the ordinance, we have to go out for bids. So what this is authorizing me to go put it in the paper and go out for bids.
So we don't know how big of a discount yet until,
We know what he said he would do it for, but I don't wanna.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
So,
I mean, you gotta think, a lot of that cost is transporting, you know, your equipment and everything. He's already there. Any further discussion?
so many. Second.
Have a motion and a second. Please call the roll.
Butler,
yes.
Abernathy,
Yes.
Higginbottom,
Yes.
Wright,
Yes.
North,
Yes.
Wagoner,
Yes.
Sampson.
Yes.
Item number 9, consider and take action with respect to a resolution of the Widener Public Works Authority, the borrower, agreeing to file application with the Oklahoma Water Resources Board, the OWRB, for financial assistance through the Clean Water State Revolving Fund Program, approving and authorizing clean water SRF funding from the Oklahoma Water Resources Board in the total aggregate principal amount of $1,163,000, approving the issuance of a promissory note in the total aggregate principal amount of $1,163,000, and authorizing its execution, approving and authorizing the execution of a funding agreement, approving various covenants, approving and authorizing the establishment of a project cost disbursement account, and approving and authorizing payment of fees and expenses, ratifying and confirming leases pertaining to the leasing of the city's utility systems to the borrower, and/or authorizing the execution of an amended lease or leases between the city and the borrower pertaining to said utility systems, approving financial service agreements and containing other provisions relating thereto, or take other action.
So this is an amazing opportunity. I had a gentleman reach out to me about this and start telling about it, and talked to Dale and Kenneth, and we got on the ball. So you read this as a loan, but it's a forgiveness loan. This is if accepted, that's a full 100% no match grant. That's what it is. So you're looking at $1,163,000 grant. Pretty dang excited about it. Now, if we don't get it, we're not out anything. So that's where we're at. Dale, if you want to say something, you're more than welcome.
No, I mean, you pretty much said what it is. It's a loan forgiveness program through OWRB, the Clean Water State Revolving Fund. And, we're proposing to use it to improve the wastewater system, wastewater collection system.
We're going to do flow meters, manholes.
Inspection, TV inspection, and it also has some engineering in there to get a shovel where it's ready, so we can apply for it next year also. Again, it's a 1.5 million max program that they have.
So you guys already have
specific things that wanna do?
Yes,
Yes, I
yeah,
had to put-
we had to have that.
Do we have that?
I don't believe so.
Did you have what do you have as my logo there? It was for flow monitoring.
I think it would have been in the book. I don't think it's in there. I may be wrong, but
I think this came after they had.
yeah, I think so. No, I've got it. Here you go. We had to work really hard to get that into yesterday's packet.
Somebody else can see it. I'm sorry.
Could this be considered, being used for our current OWRB loans or whatnot? As far as forgiveness? So how does that work?
Not that I know of, no. That's, are you talking about the match as far
Well,
as
well,
ARPA goes?
Well, so we're looking for this, getting this grant that's, 1.1.
Mhm.
And I know we already have some OWRB loans or whatnot, so
No,
how come?
I'm pretty sure it was in the rules,
In the rules that you can't use the,
cause it's a new loan. It can't be going towards an existing loan.
maybe I'm,
Typically
So we're-
speaking, a project like this, they want to see improvements in the community,
right.
not something that's already been done. And if I understand your question right, it is, can we pay off some of the loans we already have?
Because there was improvements done.
Right. Typically, they.
I don't need it. You can pass it back up there. Somebody, Patrick's got one, but I'll need it back to you guys. Want to just pass that one down? I mean,
I guess,
to me, I would think they have an excess of federal dollars that they're probably receiving, and they have to use them or lose them.
Right.
And so they're doing projects like this, and I'm sure there's some kind of stipulation, even on those federal dollars, that you can't use it for an existing.
okay. I was gonna
Good
say, what,
question, though.
well, I was gonna say, what, another thing.
I
is-
wish.
No, I was gonna say, so right now, are we out 1.1 and then they forgive that? So how, I guess trying to figure out how can they forgive something we haven't.
So you apply for the loan?
Right.
And if we get approved for it, my understanding is as soon as they approve it, they also forgive it, correct? So we never have to sign up
You
to be
have-
in debt.
You have to sign it up as if you're getting.
No, that goes to him.
loan, okay? And then through the process, they'll.
If it doesn't, so, and if
If
we
you
don't
don't
get
get
it, then
you
we're
don't
not.
owe nothing.
We don't
Yes.
owe anything, and
Well,
we're
you
not
didn't get
going,
no
we're
money.
not even gonna do this
Right.
project.
It's just
Right.
free money.
Yeah.
Right, I mean, I just wanna make sure, cause it, we have to apply for this loan.
I wish we could have done
Well,
that,
I-
because,
Well, it's kinda like
I wish
during
we could have put $1.8
during the-
free dollars to our existing loan.
Right, no, and that's why I was just trying to get at, like, because we have to apply for a loan and hope that we get it. If we get it, then yeah, we're gonna take it, and then it's gonna be forgiven. But
like
if we
during
don't, then
COVID.
we don't, yeah. If we don't get it, then we're not gonna do this project.
Yeah,
because-
during COVID, the government was giving loans to businesses.
Right.
And, it was either gonna be a 1% interest or nothing.
Right.
So, it was,
It's-
that's what,
It's similar to what we're doing with Scott almost. I mean, this is allowing us to do extra projects.
Right, no, I get that. I just wanna make sure that we're.
And we have done a loan forgiveness project before with OWRB when we did the stimulus project.
Okay.
And we got partial forgiveness, and then part of the loan we got.
I need that back. And if you want a copy, I can have Rhonda probably make you.
Yeah.
Can you make some copies of that before you leave, Rhonda?
Sure, absolutely.
Any other discussion? Entertain a motion.
So made.
second.
Have a motion, a second. Please call the roll.
Wagoner,
Yes.
Abernathy,
Yes.
Sampson,
Yes.
Higginbottom,
Yes.
Butler.
Yes.
North,
Yes.
Wright.
Yes.
Item number 10 is unscheduled public appearances.
There were none.
Item number 11 is departmental reports.
Joe, you want to start?
this month, we've had, just everyday occurrences with, water leaks and, sewer, jetting and stuff like that. Knock on wood, we did go through our cold spell without having any major issues. We've had 2 or 3, 6-inch breaks. One of the ones, we had was this past Friday at, Yorkshire, which caused about 100 people, of the, people that live there to be without water, but our guys got in there, got it done, on a timely manner. We've been out to the water plant and helped them with the electric, crew pulling a pump for them to get it sent off and get it, worked on, got it back in this past week. And, we've been out with the sewer plant. Sewer plant is, Brad called me and said, we have a 6-inch pump. And we took it out there and they have problem with the, getting the solids back to the, ABs, if that's right. That's right, Brad, because I'm not a water plant or wastewater plant guy, but we assisted with them. We do have some valves that are supposed to be here in the next, hopefully this week, and we'll assist them in getting these valves put in so that they can, turn some of the plant off so they can, do some of the stuff with their pumps and stuff. But other than, just, we had some DEQ testing over the, this month. It was due to all the bad weather. It was canceled and will be scheduled to, I think it's March the 17th, if I'm not badly mistaken. ORWA did come out this week, past week, and helped us. They've been helping us, or did help us, locate some, we thought was going to be some manholes. Well, one was a manhole and one was what am I trying to say? Lamp hole. This lamp hole, we've been looking for it for probably a year. It was over 600 feet from one manhole to this lamp hole because of Gordon. There's a certain spot over in southwest part of town that somebody's trying to build some houses. Yeah, 600 feet from a manhole to a lamp hole, that's pretty unusual. But, we did get all that information down. All the new housing that's going in, we've put in 3 new water taps for Habitat for Humanities. I think there's 9 more houses besides them that are going up that we'll be putting in water taps and everything. But and Carl Hill, he is back with us. He come back with us Friday. There is some stipulations with him, but we're working with him and everything like that, and he is back with us, and
Good.
I'm glad to see that. If there's any questions.
Thanks,
Anything?
Joe.
Thank you.
I appreciate it.
Thank you.
Brad?
All right. This last month at the plant's been overall has been doing good. Testing numbers on the water has been well below limits for the parameters on the DQ permit. Like Joe was talking about, we've had a few valves that have been ordered to replace some of our old defective ones. Our return pumps to our ABs are down, so we'll have to manually, use a pump and take a 6-inch line from AB to AB to AB to transfer solids everywhere to keep everything up to par. And this month we also implemented a new safety meeting plan. Every morning we're going over tasks to be performed over a safety topic, and then we're going over our standard operation procedures and job hazard analysis for the tasks of that day, so we can get the right mindset to be safe for today. And that's about it. Any questions?
Thank you.
Thank you.
Brad. Appreciate you. Thomas, you want to do stormwater?
Stormwater's been a big pain with all the weather and stuff. When it rains one day, it knocks us out 3 days because we can't get out there to our dumping spot. It's just too muddy. We just went over another water line, but we are starting to move really good. Shouldn't really take that long to get to Casper, but it's supposed to rain again tomorrow, so doing the best we can do. You got any questions?
Thank you.
Thank you.
Jody and Antonio are unable to make it tonight. I have theirs typed up at the water plant for Jody. Said the month of February has been a big expense month for the plant due to required maintenance and repairs. This month, a backwash pump failed and had to be repaired. We are expecting it to be delivered and installed by the time you receive this report. In addition, the plant had a flow meter fail requiring replacement. They're waiting on the parts from Haynes Delivery. He said this month was a hard month for the crew of the plant, trying to keep everyone healthy. The plant is operating properly for the production of quality water to the town. Line clearing for Antonio. The line clearing department has been busy this month trying to work around Mother Nature dumping ice and snow on us for a week. Several of the below listed projects are multiple day jobs. In addition, the listed locations the crew was busy working on and picking up work order calls in by the citizens of Wagoner. So I have those pictures if anybody wants to see those. I think that's all we have here.
Item number 12 is adjournment.
I'm on the agenda for the Wagner Children's Theater.
Yes,
You're-
ma'am, that's the city agenda, not the Public Works.
Okay, so that's next?
Yes,
Okay.
ma'am. There's,
We
there-
didn't think
there-
you'd notice you, we missed you.
See what?
We didn't think you'd notice we missed you.
Oh,
No.
okay.
there's agendas up here if anybody would like one.
I printed one, some of the things you'll talk about were on that one, so my bad.
Yeah, there's a lot of duplicates
Okay.
on both. I don't believe anybody made a motion.
Make a motion, we go.
Second.
Thank you, Mike.
Thank you, Mike.
Have
Somebody
a
make a
motion
motion?
second.
made a motion?
Larry, or, dang, Shane made the motion.
Okay.
And Jimmy seconded it. Take it easy, George.
Sir.
Butler,
Yes.
Wagoner,
Yes.
Higginbottom,
Yes.
North,
Yes.
Abernathy,
Yes.
Wright,
Yes.
Sampson.
Yes.
Meeting adjourned at 6:30. Told you 30 minutes, Miss Moore. I'd like to call the City of Wagner regular business meeting, March 3rd, 2025 at 6:31.
Item number 3, consider approval of minutes, February 3rd and 25th, 2025.
I'll make that motion to approve February the 3rd and 25th meetings.
Second.
Have a motion and a second. Please call the roll.
Wright,
Yes.
Butler,
Yes.
Higginbottom,
Yes.
Abernathy,
Yes.
Wagoner,
Yes.
North,
Yes.
Sampson.
Yes.
Item number 4, consider approval or denial of claims for February 2025 to include, city to include numbers 145 through 165 manual warrants, ambulance to include numbers 98 through 110 manual warrants, economic development fund number 17, and city capital projects number 3.
Any discussion? Entertain a motion.
So made.
Second.
Have a motion and a second. Please call the roll.
Abernathy,
Yes.
Higginbottom,
Yes.
Wagoner,
Yes.
Sampson,
Yes.
Butler.
Yes.
North.
Yes.
Wright.
Yes.
Item number 5 is the mayor's report.
Go ahead, Kristen.
I'm going to do what I tell everybody else to do and speak into the microphone. Good evening, everyone. My name is Krista Millette. I'm the Public Relations Officer. If you do not know me, good evening, Council. There are a few things I want to talk to you guys about that are really important that are coming up. Number one is the open house with ODOT. You guys should have all probably gotten a postcard in your mail by now. I know I got one at my residence. It's inviting you to come to the open house on March the 12th, 2025, from 4 to 6 p.m. at the Wagoner Civic Center. And this meeting is really important because this is your opportunity to come and influence the decision-making process for the, the sidewalks,
Yeah, so.
the crosswalk.
There's several different renderings of the design. There's one with a bike trail and either an underpass or an overpass over 69. There's ones that have sidewalks connecting from the new sidewalks about Al Drug running all the way to 6951, then turning south and running all the way to Charlie's Chicken, with crosswalks at 6951, and then also a light in front of McDonald's with a crosswalk there. That one, I had a big hand in influencing that, and the Federal Highway Department really agreed with me. I know it didn't necessarily get the feedback on Facebook that I hoped it would, but at the same time, that's no shock. You know, living here your whole life, I've heard so many people say we need a light right there in front of McDonald's. I don't know. I'd like to go back. Jimmy, what do you think? Do we work more wrecks at the S-curves or right there in front of McDonald's and Brahms? It's pretty close. I mean, we work a ton. I've never worked a fatality there, but I'm telling you, I'd rather go into a burning building any day than work a motor vehicle accident on 69 highway. So I would urge you to speak to your first responders. It would help their safety quite a bit if we could get this.
Have they done any studies on that intersection, on that area there?
What do you mean?
Like traffic studies?
We get, what is it, Jessica? How many a month? How many vehicles?
Over 100,000 is what our development service director said.
6951 intersection, but I mean,
Number of accidents per year and so like that.
I don't know how you,
Studies.
I mean, there's something, but I mean, you know, it's hard to say, you know. Some year you have more, some year you have less.
This is a piece of that process, though, and making something happen for that, and them, and for your voice to be heard. So spread the word, invite your neighbor, invite your pastor, invite your aunt, uncle. I mean, we need you guys to show up in force at the Civic Center on, is it March the 12th?
Yes.
Yeah, March 12th.
4 to 6.
4 to 6. It's, you don't have to come right at 4 and stay till 6. It's a come and go. There's no formal presentation. But please, please, please come and let your voice be heard. We know you guys all have loud voices, and we want you to show up and talk to them about what your wants are. This is where you can come and tell them that. The next thing I want to talk about is the citywide garage sale. In the past, the Chamber of Commerce has hosted that, and the city of Wagoner is going to take that over. We're going to take the applications or the form for your address and all that stuff and advertise it for you. I'll put it on a map. That's going to be the first weekend in May, and you can begin signing up for that April the 1st through April 21st. You can sign up online. You do not need a permit. It's free to participate. We do need your address, though, if you want your address listed on our advertising. So you can sign up April 1st. It is May the 1st through the 3rd. And Sign-ups will open April 1st. The following weekend, we will have our spring clean, where we'll have the free dumpsters over here on Southeast 3rd for you guys. We have a new mobile app where you can view your usage, you can pay your bill, you can look at your old bills, and there's all kinds of things that you can do on that. So if you would like to download that or you need help downloading that, we would love to help you do that. We've got flyers up here for that, so you can download it. We also have text to pay, and you can sign up for that in the app or in the online portal. I really like the online portal, if I can say the word, because you can see your usage on there. So like, for example, yesterday I was doing laundry all day. Whew, water, power. So it's really great to see where you're using your energy at on the mobile app and on the online portal. And then there's one more thing, the elephant in the room. I think most of you guys are probably sick of getting phone calls by now from our mass notification system. As you guys know, this was a major want from all of our citizens. We constantly heard, we didn't know about it, and so we made it happen. But when everybody signed up, I think they selected every option. So if you're getting the phone calls and you do not want the phone calls, you can call me at City Hall, and I will take you off and put you just on text or email, whichever you prefer. Or you can do it yourself in the online portal. So I would love to help you get just the type of notifications that you want, or you can do that yourself if you're a do-it-yourself kind of gal or girl. And I think that's all I have for now. We do have some information up here about the new fire truck. So we've got some pictures and some details about it. If you guys want to grab one of those, you're more than welcome. All this information up here, I know it's lots, but it's all for you to take home and read or share, whatever you want to do. And I think that's all I have for now, Mayor.
I do want to point out on the spring clean, there are some items that are not accepted. That's concrete and rocks, brush, leaves, yard waste, tires, chemicals, paint, batteries, building materials such as lumber, sheetrock, shingles, vehicles, boats, ATVs, farm equipment, and motorcycles.
But we do take mattresses, refrigerators, washers, dryers, vacuums, workout equipment. If you see something on that list, or if your item's not on that list, just give us a call and you can ask for me, and I'll find out if we can take that or not. Let's see, what else was it on the free? Oh, if they're, like, for example, like paint and batteries, metal, we do take metal, but some of the items that we don't take, we do have a list of resources that I've gathered on our website, and you can look at those and find a solution to get rid of those items. Or just call me and I'll email it to you.
Thank you. So first I'd like to start with, we had some ice and snow this month, and I saw really good feedback on Facebook. Occasionally you'd see, well, why isn't the city plowing? And for the most part, most citizens explained it perfectly. When you have that underlayer of ice, you don't want to plow off that snow. That snow's giving you more traction than the ice is going to give you, and it's going to be a solid sheet of ice. So our street department did a really good job. They went out and sanded major intersections, and we waited for the weather to get a little warmer before we started plowing up the snow. I've also been in talks with the Oklahoma State Wildlife Department. We're going to have a fishing class and derby towards the end of May. We can send somebody to this class, and they'll in return stock our pond, or they can come pretty much fish with kids and put the kids through the class and show them different types of fish, and it just sounded like a better ordeal. They'll bring fishing poles, and game wardens are going to be there to fish with kids, and so I think I'm going to try to get the police department, probably the fire department, and probably even the high school fishing team involved with that. I think it would be pretty cool. I think we're going to do Kristen's already got hot dogs and things donated for it. So we're just waiting for them to okay the flyer, the state. And as soon as they do that, then we'll release the date and time. So I started attending here not too long ago our safety meetings. I believe we do them quarterly. You know, Thomas, how often will we do those? Yeah. And that's been pretty good. I've had so if the water department is releasing pressure off something, they can now put this hydrant lock on there where you'd have to cut the lock to take it off to turn off the hydrant, and then be in a hole somewhere down the line that if somebody just walking by saw that hydrant running and called the fire department came and shut it off. No telling what that pressure would do to those guys in a hole. Another thing we came up with, apparently sometime in the past, every truck used to have a first aid kit, and we've kind of gotten away from that, but we're going to go back to that. I think we looked through one of our distribution places. I think we found them. We're actually going to look at two separate ones, but the basic one that we would like to get for all of our departments was a little over $17. Now, we talked about this the other day in a supervisor meeting, and we'd also like one in every police unit, but they have to have more bandages and what are they called, Jim? Tourniquets, yeah. And those are quite a bit more, but if it saves one life, I'm going to say it's all for it. So we're looking at doing those for the police department. And then fire department and EMS is pretty good. You got plenty of Band-Aids, Jim? Okay. And then we have the Rotary pancake deal Friday. That starts at 7. If you come to the contest at noon, you'll see your very own Patrick Sampson in there. He's going to try to break the record. And now
I don't like pancakes.
I did it one time, and I loved pancakes, and I didn't like them for a year after that. But no, we have she left. We got probably 5 or 6 people from the city that's going to enter it. God bless them, because one time. You got something, Gail?
Yeah. I want to talk about, we was talking about the free dumpster day.
Yeah.
I don't know if you're aware of it or not. I know that in the budget, we voted not to have the $25,000 recycling bin, but I don't know if you're aware of it, but we are paying that $25,000.
No, we're not.
Yeah, we are. I talked to the Met, and they reached out, and since no one has been to a meeting since June and told them that we are not doing the recycle, he told me that we are liable for that $25,000.
Show me where we signed a contract. That's right.
I don't know. I'm just going by what he told me. And
I'm
then
telling
he
you, we're
also,
not.
he came back and said, the grant that we applied for, more or less, I guess he was threatening me, that the grant that, I guess, Tannehill did, and what's that girl name that came after her? Robin. And the recycling stuff that we had purchased, that is not being used right, so more or less, we're going to have to repay that grant back. I have it all in email, and I forgot it. I can get it for you. I went off and forgot it.
I don't agree with that at all.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah, you might want to
they can
reach
tell you.
out.
We've looked into it.
Oh, yeah, he said you
So-
got 14 vouchers.
So, vouchers for what?
He said that he gave the 14 vouchers to the trustee that was going to the meetings, and therefore,
What trustee
Uh,
went to the meeting?
that would be Jessica. as your trustee.
I don't know
And the
if
last time
she ever went to a
been
meeting
to, last meeting she went to was June.
of last year.
Yep, that's about the time we had the budget
Yep,
and
we cut
denied
it
it.
out
Yep, and since he
July
didn't get a
1.
written letter or nothing from her, they assumed that we were still with them.
I believe they were contacted.
Yep, well, you might want to contact him. I just want to bring it up because he did reach out and he said he had emailed you, called you, even did old-fashioned letter, and he hasn't heard
I
back
don't
from
believe
nobody.
I've been sent a letter. I don't even believe he's called me.
I'm just repeating what the messenger said. I don't know.
I think you're listening to the wrong messenger.
Well, this is Brad, whoever is over the Met. You know, the person that's authorized. And I do have the emails presented with the documentations, the reports, everything. He sent them all. And the meeting
He
notes.
sent you a signed contract?
I didn't ask for it.
I'd ask him for that.
Well, I don't want to ask for that.
Well, you asked for everything else, you might as well ask for that.
I mean, I
too.
would if I was going. I just know we denied it, and he the one saying 25,000, and he the one reached out about it, and he said he had called people, and so I'm like, okay, let me reach out and see if I can find somebody. So I'm just letting you know what he said. You know, you might want to reach out to him tomorrow.
I'm not interested in reaching out.
Okay, then don't worry about it. You
Well,
can-
that's it for the mayor's report.
Item number 6, consider discussion and/or action on the first public hearing for 2025 Community Revitalization CDBG application for the city of Wagoner conducted by Eastern Oklahoma Development District, or take other action.
Go ahead, Scott.
My name's Scott Harding. I'm with Eastern Oklahoma Development District. We had the public hearing earlier at 5:30. I'll give you just kind of a brief rundown. Essentially, this is a grant that we started last year, ran into an issue with the audit, and that's one of those things that is kind of a threshold item, and since we didn't have it, we just kind of put the brakes on it. Contacted the city this year. The application deadline is the end of March, and basically, we got word that we just wanted to proceed with the project that we were going to do last year. It's a CDBG grant, which is a Community Development Block Grant. It's through the Department of Commerce. These are actually HUD dollars, so there's several things. There was a sign-up sheet I know several of you guys signed, and these are just kind of steps that you have to take for this grant. The project that we're wanting to do is asphalt overlay for the Bollinger addition. I was explaining earlier in the public hearing, I know we always get questions about, well, why'd you pick this area? Why don't we do this area? I know a lot of other streets that need improved too. One of the things is when they look at projects, they'll only do one project at a time. And so that project basically has to be connecting streets. And so that's where you kind of run into some issues. Of course, you run into issues when you're talking about state highways and things like that. And then also, you have to look at an area that's going to meet what they call LMI, which is low to moderate income. That's kind of a HUD requirement. You put all those things kind of together. These are competitive grants, so it does require some match dollars. So we try to find just the perfect balance of, the right size project, also an area that has the need, and Bollinger Addition was one of those that came up last year, and we proceeded with that, or with approval of the council, we'll proceed with that application as well this year, so. Be happy to take any questions as part of the public hearing portion of it.
Appreciate it, Scott.
Sure.
Thank you.
Item number 7, consider discussion and approval of citizen participation plan for 2025 Community Revitalization CDB application for City of Wagoner as required by Oklahoma Department of Commerce for all CDBG applications, or take other action.
And again, this is just one of the steps that you have to take is basically having, HUD requires you have a citizen participation plan, which essentially says throughout the grant process, there are means and ways for people to
voice concerns or get in touch with the city, those kind of things. And I believe you guys had that or that document already, so.
We need a motion to approve that?
On that one, we do.
So made.
Yeah.
Second.
Have a motion and a second. Please call the roll.
Sampson,
Yes.
Butler,
Yes.
Higginbottom,
Yes.
Abernathy, Wright,
Yes.
North,
Yes.
Wagoner.
Yes.
Item number 8, consider approval of a resolution to apply for 2025 CDBG Community Revitalization Grant through the Oklahoma Department of Commerce for the purpose of asphalt overlay in Bollinger Addition or take other action.
One last thing, then I'll stop talking. Just another requirement as part of the grant, just basically kind of a formal resolution to say that the council approves applying for that grant.
Entertain a motion.
So made.
Second.
Have a motion and a second. Please call the roll.
Butler,
Yes.
Abernathy,
Yes.
North,
Yes.
Higginbottom,
Yes.
Wright,
Yes.
Wagoner,
Yes.
Sampson.
Yes.
Thanks, Scott.
Be careful going home.
Item number 9, consider accepting and approving audit for the city of Wagner for the fiscal year ending 6/30/2024. Hood and Associates or take other action.
Recommend the board take no action.
Item number 10, consider approval of progress invoice WAG 23-02-01 for engineering services for ARPA wastewater treatment plant headworks, project number WAG 23-02, in the amount of $107,600 from Infrastructure Solutions Group LLC, consulting engineers, or take other action.
Council, this is the same invoice we talked about in the PWA.
So made.
Second.
Have a motion and a second. Please call the roll.
Wagoner,
Yes.
Abernathy, Wright,
Yes.
Butler,
Yes.
North,
Yes.
Sampson,
Yes.
Higginbottom.
Yes.
Item number 11, consider approval of progress invoice WAG 23-06-03 for engineering services for downtown storm sewer replacement Phase 2, Cassifer Street, project number WAG 2306, in the amount of $2,325 from Infrastructure Solutions Group LLC, consulting engineers, or take other action.
This is a progress invoice for the stormwater project we have going down Casper down to 5th Street.
So made.
Second.
Have a motion and a second. Please call the roll.
Abernathy,
Yes.
Butler,
Yes.
North,
Yes.
Higginbottom,
Yes.
Wright,
Yes.
Sampson,
Yes.
Wagoner.
Yes.
Item number 12, consider approval of progress invoice WAG 24-01-01 for engineering services for pavilions at Lincoln and Dunbar Parks, project number WAG 24-01, in the amount of $4,000 from Infrastructure Solutions Group LLC, consulting engineers, or take other action.
Again, council, this is a progress invoice for the Lincoln Park and Dunbar Park pavilions. We do have a contractor under contract for that project.
This is from the last, right? I mean, the money from the last time to bid, the money, like your part.
This is the first
yeah,
invoice
okay.
that I've done.
Okay.
I think we've bid that project
Yeah,
2 times, 3 times,
probably 4 times.
4 times, yeah.
So made.
Second.
Have a motion and a second. Please call the roll.
Butler,
Yes.
Sampson,
Yes.
Higginbottom,
Yes.
North,
Yes.
Abernathy,
Yes.
Wagoner,
Yes.
Wright.
Yes.
Item number 13, consider approval of change order number 1 in the amount of $121,518.12 for WAG 24-09, 2024 street rehabilitation from Glover and Associates per recommendation from Infrastructure Solutions Group LLC, consulting engineers, or take other action.
Council, what we have done here is we currently have a project with Glover right now to do the overlay project for this year. The price that he gave us was about $98 a ton, which is a good price. And speaking with Thomas, there's a couple of projects he wanted to add to it. One of them is down Jefferson Street. We did some utility work there, and it's patched, and we need to overlay those streets. The other project is the projects of the storm sewer. We're putting in down Casper, down Church, and over to Ford. Get the contractor in there to repair the surface as far as the asphalt goes. And the third item we wanted to add is at the Elmwood Cemetery, asphalting the road that's presently it's gravel right now. We'll just want
In the
to put
new
asphalt.
part of the cemetery.
And I have spoke with the contractor, and he's good with his price for doing these projects.
Is Glover the one that did the one over there by the bus barn? Okay.
What did we ever find out on that?
Sure. The material you're looking at there is what we call an S4, okay? And it's made for the traffic that's gonna be down that road. What you're seeing there is, we haven't went through a hot summer yet, and it hadn't confined itself to look good. We still have to take samples of the road itself before we accept it, to make sure what we got there is S4, but I went by and looked at it, and I thought it was pretty consistent with what I expect to see.
So we won't see like a major improvement to a really hot day then, right?
Well, when you get a hot
Kinda warm
day,
day.
you get more oil
Yeah.
that comes up to the surface, okay?
Okay.
And it helps consolidate it, if you will, okay?
Yeah, I know me and Thomas was supposed to go look at it, but I always got off too late.
One of the things that the city of Wagoner's always done, they've always overlaid with Class C material.
Mhm.
Class C material is mostly sand. I mean, the stuff they're using now is what's hold up there.
Any further discussion? Entertain a motion.
So many.
Second.
Have a motion and a second. Please call the roll.
Wagoner,
Yes.
Abernathy,
Yes.
Sampson,
Yes.
Butler,
Yes.
North,
Yes.
Wright,
Yes.
Higginbottom.
Yes.
Item number 14, consider approval of contractor's pay application number 2 for WAG 24-09, 2024 street rehabilitation in the amount of $68,122.63 from Glover and Associates Incorporated per recommendation from Infrastructure Solutions Group LLC, consulting engineers, or take other action.
Again, we were just talking about this contractor. This is his second pay app for the work that he's doing in the city. We have reviewed it, and we recommend payment.
Discussion? Entertain a motion?
So many.
Second.
Have a motion and a second. Please call the roll.
Abernathy,
Yes.
Wagoner,
Yes.
North,
Yes.
Wright,
Yes.
Higginbottom,
Yes.
Butler,
Yes.
Sampson.
Yes.
Item number 15, consider accepting a bid and entering into a contract with Eagle Eye Construction Incorporated in the amount of $88,560 for Lincoln Park Pickleball Courts Improvements Rebid Number 2 per recommendation from Infrastructure Solutions Group LLC, consulting engineers, or take other action.
Council, we had 6 contractors that requested plans and specifications for this project. We actually had 5 that submitted a bid. The low bidder on it was Eagle Eye Construction. I have never worked with them before, so I actually called a few people that they do work with, and they had good references. So I don't have an issue with awarding this project with, or making a recommendation to award this project to Eagle Eye Construction.
Discussion? Entertain a motion?
So made.
Second.
Have a motion and a second. Please call the roll.
Higginbottom,
Yes.
North,
Yes.
Sampson,
Yes.
Wagoner,
Yes.
Abernathy,
Yes.
Wright,
Yes.
Butler.
Yes. Thank you.
Thank you, Dale.
Item number 16, consider ending the probation period on the following employees or take other action. In the Police Department, Brandon Davis. Police Department, Nicolette Cunningham.
Go ahead, Bob.
I'll start with Brandon Davis. He's been a police officer for us for the 6-month period. He was a non-certified. He has gone through and graduated CLE, got his full-time certification. He's been doing a good job, still continues to do a good job, and I would recommend that we hire Brandon Davis, or remove him from probation effective today, 3/3/25, at $19.29, which is no increase.
1929.
Correct.
I'll make a motion to take Brandon Davis off probation effective 3/3/25 with no change in rate.
Second.
Have a motion and a second. Please call the roll.
Sampson,
Yes.
Butler,
Yes.
Abernathy,
Yes.
Higginbottom,
Yes.
Wagoner,
Yes.
North,
Yes.
Wright,
Yes.
Nicolette Cunningham also has been with us for the 6-month probation period. She as well has completed her OLET certification. She's been doing a great job for us, and I would recommend that we also remove her from probation effective today, 3/3/25, with no rate increase, that being at $15.12 an hour.
I'll make a motion to take Nicolette Cunningham off of probation effective today with no rate increase, but at 15/12, correct? 15/12?
Correct.
Second.
Have a motion and a second. Please call the roll.
Butler,
Yes.
Abernathy,
Yes.
Higginbottom,
Yes.
Wagoner,
Yes.
Wright,
Yes.
North,
Yes.
Sampson.
Yes.
Thank you all.
Thank you, sir.
Item number 17, consider entering into an agreement between the City of Wagoner and the Department of Transportation of the State of Oklahoma for project number TAP 3-8635, parentheses 004 TP, City of Wagoner streetscape on North Main Street, north of Cherokee Avenue to north of Northeast 2nd Street, or take other action.
Jessica?
This is our funding and operational agreement with the Oklahoma Department of Transportation, just like we did on TAP 1 and TAP 2.
Discussion? Entertain a motion?
So moved.
Second.
Have a motion and a second. Please call the roll.
Butler,
Yes.
Sampson,
Yes.
North,
Yes.
Wagoner,
Yes.
Wright,
Yes.
Higginbottom,
Yes.
Abernathy,
Yes.
Item number 18, presentation from the Wagoner Children's Theater, and consider approval of use of the Civic Center Theater or take other action.
Go ahead, ma'am.
My name is Stacy Smith. I'm a new resident to Wagoner. Thank you for allowing me to speak. Several weeks ago, I made a post on the Wagoner community page asking for information on buildings for an idea to start a children's theater here in Wagoner. The Civic Center was suggested several times, along with some other buildings that I've checked on, and we still have some other things in motion and waiting on answers, but I've got lots of rejections because of time and space. 4 other Wagoner residents volunteered to join me and become a steering committee. And together we created the Wagoner Children's Theater. Our intent and purpose is to offer a free theater participation to the youth ages 4 to 18 of Wagoner County, also not excluding the youth from surrounding areas. Our production costs will consist of 3 performances with an average of $500. This cost will cover our scripts, our media releases, our royalties, and our prop sets. Our cast members will only be responsible for showing up, learning their part, and providing their own costume. In the event they can't afford a costume, we hope that our theater company will be able to address that as well for the families. We believe that the children of our community can greatly benefit from participating in structured activities such as theater. We understand that the city will incur cost for our time inside the building. We are not suggesting that we use the theater for free. We are requesting your permission for the use of the Civic Center at a discounted rate for auditions, rehearsals, and performances. We feel that it would be very beneficial to our cast to be able to rehearse and perform in the same location. Our proposed time frame is March 25th to May 15th for auditions and twice-a-week rehearsals. Those would be in the evening hours, with 1 performance on Friday, May 16th, and 2 performances on Saturday, May 17th. Any questions?
What was the dates? What was the dates again?
We would have start on the week of March 25th and end May 17th.
Have you already run all those dates by Rhonda?
No, we have not.
Well,
Would you be using it like multiple days a week or?
Okay, so typically how it would work is we would do auditions on a Monday and Tuesday, so it would be March 25th and 26th. If that was okay, if not, we would do Tuesday and Thursday, whatever days were available. And typically we would like to rehearse 1 to 2 nights a week. That's going to be from 5:30 to 8 o'clock. So meaning I would be in there by 5:15 and out by 8:15. So it would be 3 hours a night, 2 nights a week for those first 6 weeks. And on the 7th week, we would rehearse. We would basically need the building every night except Wednesday. We're being very particular that we're not going to operate on Wednesdays and Sundays. We're going to reserve those as the Lord's days. So what we call our TAC week, we would do rehearsals on Monday, Tuesday, and Thursday. We would perform on Friday night, and we're hoping to do a dual production on Saturday, which we would do like an 11 a.m. performance and perhaps like a 3 or 4 o'clock in the afternoon performance.
Well, I know for a fact that the 24th and 25th are not available in
Okay.
March. I can
Okay.
tell you that. I know the Chamber's having a forum, I think, on the 24th, and the Metro meets on the 25th.
Okay.
So, but if you want to contact my office, we can definitely go over dates if we get this
Okay,
approved.
yes,
So,
absolutely.
Yeah.
and we can look and see, because there are things in there at different times, but not necessarily always on the theater side.
Okay, and I would just like to schedule everything ahead of time so that you guys know where we are and we know where we are, my families know where we are, so that everyone's informed and it's a great experience for our children.
Yeah, if you'll just call the office, we can work out the
Okay.
dates, yeah.
What's our current rate right now?
so and that's a question, let me ask my question, we'll come back, okay? So you're working on getting your 501(c) nonprofit, correct?
Okay, so currently, we are operating we plan to operate as just a standard nonprofit organization. Once we know we have everything in place to move forward, we're going to file as an incorporation, operate as a nonprofit with the plan to eventually go to a 501(c) when we reach that status.
So, and Rhonda, you might have to help me out here, I think it was 450 for nonprofit, what
No,
is it?
it's 250 for for-profit and 150 for
Oh,
nonprofits.
I thought it was 450 and 250.
No, I think so. Pretty sure it's 250 and 150. I can look, but.
Okay. But I also look at this as, you know, this is quality of life thing, give citizens of Wagner something to do, or children something to do. Not everyone is available to do drama or whatever, and, you know, it'd be nice to give plays and stuff. Long time ago, we had a Wagner Playhouse Association that did a lot of plays in Wagner. So, we're talking with Miss Smith, we would feel comfortable charging her $100 a time. Now, we kinda got this a little later than when we would've wanted to start on this. So if we would want to proceed, I think we would need to vote it as, because we're gonna have to change the ordinance to allow them. So we would need to approve it per the ordinance being changed.
We can't. We can't.
Because our ordinance has a nonprofit at 150.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
We have a fee schedule,
we
a
have-
fee
yeah.
schedule in our ordinance, so, yeah.
yeah.
Maybe I'm looking at it different, but I was thinking about like whenever we have people come and rent like the property or whatnot, we've adjusted things as far as like we had for a different rate, because we had like fireworks and they did it for a certain amount and it was pretty much a straight fee. We had someone that used the property over there, off of, the old
Query.
McQuarrie, yes, of the old, and because it was a, they sold, I think it was like strawberries and something like that, we actually reduced it. So was that different from this, or? See what I'm saying, because we actually made.
No, that's a different thing. They get a,
permit.
that's an
Permit.
itinerant
Permit.
merchant permit,
Yeah,
yeah.
no,
Right here is
so I
ours.
looked it up, I talked to that gentleman is actually not on Weeda property.
Well, I
Yeah.
wasn't concerned, I was just trying to figure out if this was.
Because
Yeah.
it was a
I
permit.
saw him one day and I turned around to go back and I looked, and he's not actually on the property.
He's right
Now, we did charge the Charbonneaus,
Right.
what do we
A
charge?
thousand, they
Yeah.
charge $1,000, they pay
But
$1,000.
that's not a nonprofit.
Right, gotcha.
So,
I was just trying to see if there was a variation of that. I guess the only other thing I have is, insurance, liability insurance.
Once we have our incorporation formed, we will be able to apply for that.
Right.
So, which would be a liability coverage. We're looking through Next Insurance, and there's another one that we were considering, so.
So this
We
will
will
be
have that in
after.
place.
This will be after, right?
Um,
After these dates?
after
so
we
so
can,
you would need the insurance before you,
before we've even held an audition, absolutely.
Yeah.
But I can't establish insurance until I establish an incorporation, and I can't do that unless I know that I have a place for my children to be, so.
chicken or the egg?
We could possibly,
Which one's first?
if we're gonna have a special call for the audit, maybe we could add that.
Yeah, or the next month, when are you wanting to start?
In March,
The
at
end
the
of
end of
March.
March.
So it'll have to be, we have to call a special meeting for the audit, so we'll just have to put that on there. If the council chooses to proceed.
And just so that I clarify, that would be $100 for each day that we're in there for the 19 days. Because we'd actually, I think it added up to 19 days that we would be in there.
Yes.
Okay.
Any questions, concern, everybody fine with that?
I mean, I don't know, maybe I would even consider $50 a day instead of $100, $1,900. I mean, that $50 should maybe cover the.
We have to have someone out on overtime to go unlock and relock the building as well.
Clean.
I'm not sure what the process was. My name is Jennifer Hicks. I'm one of
She's
the.
one of my board members.
Yeah. And I used to be involved with Wagoner Playhouse Association. And, you know, I don't know that there was a lot of fees that were charged back then. It was a great thing for the community. And that's one of the things we're really hoping to accomplish here is be able to, really do this as a way of giving back to the community and allowing kids to have a place to go that is safe, that allows acceptance, that allows, them to be able to not only learn teamwork, but also, learn what it feels like to be part of something and build these connections, because that is such an important part of theater and everything that's surrounding kind of all of that. So there's a lot of really positive things that can come from this for our youth. And that's kind of where we, not everyone is a football player, not everybody is, but, there was a lot of things, a lot of ideas that we have on ways to grow this and be able to really have this be something that is a positive influence here in the community.
I don't think we're doubting that at all, ma'am.
We're, I believe that everyone on here is for it, and that's the reason why I was even considering, or with, considering
The
that.
deal is, we're looking at, we have to still pay the utility bill.
Yeah.
And somebody to clean and open and close.
$100 a day, and you said 19 days, correct?
That's what I added up, is that we would be 19 days
Right.
in there.
Is that something you could afford?
Well, that part of my thought is that we're going to do some fundraising. We have some fundraising plans going on. The community has been very receptive of this, very positive. All the feedback we've got, I've not had a single person tell me I've lost my mind. So they're like, yes, let's do this. And I had one of my board members is one of my friends. The other three were strangers 30 days ago. So here we are, and so I need a number because I don't want to just go, oh, I'm doing a fundraiser and just all this money come in that I don't need, because we want to leave that where we'll sell tickets for our performances, and that will pay for our next production. That will, we just want that to be a revolving, hopefully a long-lasting relationship between us and the city and the community. So if,
So how we came up with that number was me and her had a discussion.
but you
And she
spoke
said,
with,
oh, okay,
you
I'm
spoke
sorry.
with Whitney.
I
Yeah, one
I
of my
didn't
other
think
board
your
members.
name
Okay,
matched
yes.
up, but, so Whitney said she felt comfortable at $100. That was her number.
And so we just need a number, because I pulled all the numbers for the production that we voted on to do I think we voted 3 to 5 so far, 2 didn't vote, so they lost. That's how it works, right? That production's gonna cost us $500 up front we have to pay for our royalties for every show. Every kid has to have a script. And so we had $1,900 of that, we're at $2,400. We'll see how much fundraising we can hit on that, but the community appears to be behind us, so.
And another thing is, the cost you guys are gonna incur for kids that can't afford their stuff, so that's
Yes.
why I was kinda looking at that part of it too.
Yes.
Because at $1,900, is that right, $1,900?
Yes.
Reducing it to $800 can go a long ways for a couple of
Yeah.
$100 costume
That would
or
help us out
75.
tremendously.
Yes.
I mean, and I get, we incur our own with the utilities and everything else, but it's always on, right? Or is it not on, like
No.
the AC and stuff like that, it's turned off?
Well,
off
I
always?
mean, it's just like when we leave here, we'll turn the air up or turn the heat down.
Right, and that's like I said, I was trying to, we want you guys to succeed, so any way we can cut costs, that's what I'm looking at, because this is a first time thing, and it's gonna cost a little money to start it up, and I don't know, I guess we can still.
But we're getting besides ourselves, we could probably need to talk about that on the
Right.
next
Well, yeah,
meeting.
that's what I'm getting at with that.
That's why I'm asking that we make the motion, to proceed per the ordinance being changed.
That we do.
Even if it's just temporarily changed, because I mean, how many seats are in that auditorium? How many will it seat? 230?
330.
330. If
He
we
put-
do
he-
$5 a
he
seat,
put 'em
that's
in there.
$1,500. I mean,
Just ask Father Time over there.
So easy math on that. If we sold tickets for $5 a ticket, each one of those, each show, that's $4,500 per production. That's gonna pull into that. That's an affordable show for families. You've got 3 or 4 kids, you can come for $20 to see a production, and that's what we want to do. We don't want it to be, oh, it's $20 to come watch this show, and we ran into that in the bigger towns, and so the numbers are there, and I think if a larger rate later I don't think it's going to be a problem for us. I think that it's going to be very positive, and I think we have the ability to fill that building.
Okay, now, if this does go well, will it be future?
Yes, we would like
Yes.
for it to be a long-standing relationship.
Okay.
And And at that point, like I said, if we're bringing in $4,000 of production, the fees are much more doable at that point for us. But right now, we are at ground zero, and we just need to know where we need to go from there to get this going, so.
I'll make that motion. I'll second.
Have a motion and a second. Please call the roll.
Butler.
Yes.
Abernathy.
Yes.
Higginbottom.
Yes.
Wright.
Yes.
Wagoner.
Yes.
North.
Yes.
Sampson.
Yes.
To proceed with updating the ordinance, based
Well,
on updating the ordinance. They wanted-
we'll probably need to be in contact, ma'am. Do you have a card or anything, or?
I guess.
I'll give you my card, and
Okay.
if you can reach out to me, and that way we can, let you all know when we're gonna have this next meeting.
Okay, all right, thank you.
You bet.
Item number 19, consider authorizing receiving and opening sealed bids for the selection of a replacement contractor for the Casper Drainage cast-in-place concrete boxes, or take other action.
Council, what this is the contractor that was doing the cast-in boxes for the Casper project has filed bankruptcy. I don't know if he's officially filed bankruptcy, but he shut his doors, okay? So we got 5 remaining boxes that has to be done. So what this is the request to allow us to go out for bids for a replacement contractor.
Any discussion? Entertain a motion.
So made.
Second.
Have a motion and a second. Please call the roll.
Butler.
Yes.
Abernathy.
Yes.
Sampson.
Yes.
Wagoner.
Yes.
North.
Yes.
Higginbottom.
Yes.
Wright.
Yes.
Item number 20, consider and take action with respect to a resolution of the City Council of the City of Wagoner, Oklahoma, the city, approving action taken by the Wagoner Public Works Authority, the authority, authorizing issuance, sale, and delivery of its clean water SRF promissory note to the Oklahoma Water Resources Board, ratifying and confirming lease or leases pertaining to the leasing of the utility systems of the city to the authority, and/or authorizing the execution of an amended lease or leases between the city and the authority pertaining to said utility systems and containing other provisions related thereto, or take other action.
I'm glad Rhonda. No, it's the same thing we talked about a while ago, the $1.16 million project for the loan forgiveness. If anybody thought of any other questions, I can answer them.
Entertain a motion.
So made.
One of you give me a second.
Second.
Have a motion and a second. Please call the roll.
Sampson.
Yes.
Abernathy.
Yes.
Butler.
Yes.
North.
Yes.
Higginbottom.
Yes.
Wright.
Yes.
Wagoner.
Yes.
Item number 21 is unscheduled public appearances.
There were none.
Item number 22 is departmental reports.
Go ahead, Ms. Moore.
Good evening, I'm Brandy with the hospital, and I'm Chief Nursing Officer. You'll find our report inside of your pamphlet. Pretty standard report. January was a little busy month for us, so we had some good meetings with many of our community partners, and that is about it. Our revenues were up a little bit from managed Medicaid, which is something that I know Jimmy worked really, really hard for, so we're now seeing the results of that, and it's been good for us. Any questions?
Questions?
Thank you.
Thank you, Ms. Moore.
Thank you.
Bob, you want to go next?
Sure. Last month, we were fairly busy. We had a total of 1,703 calls for service, which generated 88 reports. We had 25 people that we booked in to the jail. We took 6 burglary or breaking and entering reports, 12 larceny reports. We had 5 of our instructors that are on staff that took the instructor taser class so that they can actually be taser instructors for the new tasers that we got, that we bought this last year for the Taser 10. So we'll be able to certify the rest of our staff ourselves, as well as continue to do recertifications every year. And, you know, there's more and more agencies that are purchasing the latest tasers, so we'll be able to do those instructor certifications and recertifications as well. And finally, the 4 cars that we've purchased are at the upfitters now. Probably will be done within the next week or so, and we should see them here in Wagoner before long.
Any questions?
Thank you.
Appreciate
I'd like to
it.
say thank you to the mayor and the council and citizens for allowing us to get those cars.
Pretty excited about it.
Y'all
Plus,
deserve
it's
it.
sure look,
You're riding one of them.
sure looking good back there too, behind the police station.
It'll be the first time.
Yeah, very proud of it.
Yeah, I want to see what it feels like to
Actually,
cuff
would be.
them. In a good way.
Bob, I'd like to brag on y'all. You know, Jeff Hamilton's pickup was stolen. They were, what was it, 4 days or something? Y'all found out about that? So he was very happy about that. Spoke highly on the police station. Y'all are doing a really good job. Thank you.
Fortunately, it wasn't damaged or destroyed. So
Yeah, I know it.
he was pretty lucky.
Lock your cars and take your keys with you.
Yeah.
Take your belongings.
Krishna, you wanting to speak on something?
Yeah, we have something to talk about.
Oh, yeah, I'm sorry. Go ahead.
Okay, so I think there were some questions on social media about the ambulance charge on the utility bills, and we just wanted to give you guys some information about that. So I'm going to let you guys just pass that around. You'll just take one, pass it around, and then I'll give some out to these guys over here. So I did a little bit of digging, and I actually learned a lot about it. I am a Wagoner Public Works utility customer as well, so I wanted to be informed on the matter. So everyone receives a Wagoner Public Works utility bill. There's a $14 fee for the ambulance charge on that. And in doing the research on this, I've learned that if we don't have that fee, I'm talking to, Jimmy's making fun of me because I'm not talking to the council. If we do not have that fee, we cannot provide that service. It's just not possible. This fee sustains the service. It is a very expensive service to maintain, isn't it, Jim? You want to pass those around? So that's why we have that fee. It's $14, and about a third of EMS's annual operating budget is from this fee, correct? So it's very important that we have it. And one of the great things about it is, regardless of whether or not you have insurance, if you're not insured, you're not going to get a charge if you're a Wagoner Public Works customer. If you are insured, you're going to get, your insurance is not going to completely cover that run. The average residual fee left over from EMS run is about $400 to $600. And so if you're a subscriber to the service, you will not receive a fee for that. So I put together a little information sheet here for you guys. And also, some people don't know this, but if you're in the county and you are a Rural Water District 9 customer, you can fill this form out, return it to the Rural Water District 9, and you can become a subscriber for $14 a month. And so if they have to come out into the county to pick you up, then you're good. You're not going to receive a bill for that run. You can also get one anywhere in the county, correct? In our service area. And we cover a very large service area, very large. But you can either pay an annual membership or you can pay the $14 a month, and you can just bring this form to the ladies at Public Works and they'll get you signed up for the service. So I just wanted you guys to have this so you can have some information about it. If you have any questions, give us a shout, and we'd be happy to answer them. I may have to find out some information from the experts, but I will definitely get that info for you. So feel free to take this home and look at it and encourage your county friends to subscribe as well. Anything else? No? Okay.
Thank you.
Uh-huh.
Jim, you want to go? Or you good after that? Okay. Gary, you want to go next?
Good evening, Councilman. I'm from Parks and Rec. We have worked on cleaning up the Maple Park, the stumps.
Can hear you.
removal. We also,
Gary Gaelic can't hear you.
Can you speak in your mic, please?
sorry,
It needs to be turned on. No.
It was on. She turned it off.
is it on? Okay, there we go. Okay, I'll start over. We've been working on cleaning up the park, Maple Park, the stumps, removal. It took about 5 of them to remove them. So we have moved 5 of them. So we put dirt on top of those so the kids won't be tripping all over the place. We are putting dirt on the new trees downtown, also getting ready to put a border around them. We replaced a disc swing at Lincoln Park also. The other one had been torn up. Well, it's just didn't have the right weight amount to stay with the weather. This new one I got was a lot cheaper from the one from Amazon, which Janie helped me with that. I want to thank her very much. We also shovel snow downtown in front of the business to help for people from tripping and falling, and that is it. Well, also put lights at the library and the Civic Center up.
I want to say just one thing. I was coming out of the bank, Blue Skies, and it's right in front of the little park down here with the little choo-choo train. Well, he's got, I can't think of it right now. He's got gray border around it that makes it look so good. I mean, it just looks so elegant, and I'd like to thank you for that. I can't wait to see the rest of it.
Yeah, it's gonna take time. That's a project. It's gonna take a little
Looks
time.
good.
Because it takes time to put those borders around there. Got dirt you gotta add into it.
And thank you for shoveling the snow in front of businesses for people
Yeah.
unable to get to the business.
Yeah. Appreciate it.
Appreciate you, Gary. Thank you, sir.
Thank you.
Jimmy?
Good evening, council. It's been pretty regular at the station. Same old fires, same old lift assist calls. As we got here, I don't think you got those in your packet. We did get our new truck in service. We're still waiting on rescue tools, which are supposed to be here around the 24th of this month. So we pulled them off the other truck to get this one in service. Had a lot of maintenance issues that we just kept trucking along and Band-Aiding. I'd like to give a big shout out to the shop. They've really done a lot on them trucks, and they're still working on some. But we're getting a lot of maintenance issues caught up, and other than that, it's business as usual. So, any questions?
Thank you.
Thank you.
Appreciate it, Jimmy. Jessica?
All right, we have Habitat for Humanity that has all 10 homes up and going at different stages. The most completed stages, we just did a framing inspection this week, so we're moving right along. They're moving really quickly. They're about to do their foundation on house number 10, so that's kind of your range of where you're at. Wagoner Willows with the phase 2 is waiting on DEQ approval to get that started, so they'll be putting in infrastructure. Our museum did reopen this last week, so we encourage you guys to come on and see what they've done to rearrange some stuff. We have some new exhibits up some interactive exhibits for the kids, so Wednesday through Saturday from 10 a.m. to 4 p.m. On the airport, we have collected all of our hangar except for 4, and I'm working with those hangar owners. And we have some new developments. You guys will see some groundbreaking within the next month or so on a new Dollar General here in town. So they have pulled permits, so that is public now. Any questions?
We're big time, we got $2 Generals here.
No, it's going,
They'll close their old store and open the new one.
Yep.
Yep.
I understand they're gonna make a bigger, nicer one.
It
that
is
have
bigger, they will
produce.
have produce and groceries.
And plus, they own the land. They don't own
And
the
they do
land.
own the land, yes.
Okay. Oh, yeah.
You said they'll have
I know we got
produce
like
and groceries?
4 here, right?
Now we only got
Any questions?
one.
3.
You're welcome.
One down here.
Thank you,
3.
Jessica. Thank you.
Thank you.
Take the figures.
Thomas, and do the street department and cemetery.
I don't have a whole lot about the street department. They've been on stormwater for quite some time. Sadly, had the bad weather. We probably sped 25 ton of sand here and there. Cemetery, they've had 7 funerals this week. I'd like to congratulate Scott on his Employee of the Month. There's only one of them giving away, and if it was up to me, every employee that works under me would have that because they all do a good job, and I'm proud of them. That's all I've got. If you got any questions.
Me and Thomas are working on something too for the cemetery. What do they call them things? It's not a mausoleum, but
You put ashes inside of them. They have doors on them with the
columbarium. So, I'd had some people reach out to me about that wanted to be cremated, but, wanted a spot up there and didn't really want to buy a plot because it'd kind of be of a waste. So, we have some room up there in the new part, and, we found some that look really nice, but don't break the bank. So, that's where we're at on those, and hopefully before too long, we'll be bringing that to council for approval.
Yeah, there was a 10-foot road in the cemetery that really doesn't need to be there. And so if we could take that 10-foot out, pour a concrete slab down it, and you can get those and put them in the middle of it where they're wheelchair accessible. You go around them and get them, you put ashes of 2 people in one box, and pretty good strip down to it. They're really nice, and anymore you have more cremations than you have traditional burials.
We figure, hopefully what we're looking at is buying 1 or 2, and then when we sell those, it should pay for the others. So we'd add concrete to the sidewalk then after we add more, and then lay down more.
That'd be a good idea, because I know someone had to buy a whole plot just for the ashes.
Mm.
Yep. Thanks, Thomas.
All I got.
Thank you, sir.
Janie?
Good evening. Sorry, that's just wrong. I sound like a broken record, but it's full swing summer reading. That is what we are doing, getting our performers all lined up. We'll be presenting them to you a little bit closer to. Getting our arts and crafts all designed for the kids to do this year. Our calendar's ready. And so I know I sound like a broken record. We had ORWA scheduled to be there this month, but Mother Nature dumped snow on us, and so they decided to cancel to keep our guys and gals safe. We've had a lot of upswing in our EPIC teachers being at the library, utilizing the tables in our back room. And we have lots of people looking at the back room. D&D is still going strong. We've added some more players, and we're looking at trying to add a family game time. And I say family, and families who you choose. We'll have tables set up out front at the same time D&D is going on, and you can come in, check out a game, and sit down at a table with 4, have some popcorn. And so that's what we're looking to do, to try to start adding that, because not everybody's a D&D person. So we've been ordering lots of books, as you can see in your packets. Trying to get ready for summer reading, because our teachers start reading more during the summer, as do our students. So if you have any questions for me?
I just want to say thank you for helping Gary out.
Anytime.
Appreciate that. Thank
We
you.
family here. It's what we do.
Thank you.
Thank you.
That's it, Rhonda.
Item number 23 is adjournment.
So made.
Second.
Have a motion and a second. Please call the roll.
Butler.
Yes.
Wagoner.
Yes.
Higginbottom.
Yes.
North.
Yes.
Abernathy. Wright.
Yes.
Sampson.
Yes.
Meeting adjourned at 7:43. Like to call the City of Wagoner Economic Development Authority regular business meeting, March 3rd, 2025, at 7:43.
I gotta get to my agenda. Item number 1, consider approval of minutes February 3rd and 25th, 2025.
Discussion? Entertain a motion?
So made.
Second.
Have a motion and a second. Please call the roll.
Butler.
Yes.
Abernathy.
Yes.
Higginbottom.
Yes.
Sampson.
Yes.
Wagoner.
Yes.
North.
Yes.
Wright.
Yes.
Item number 2, consider approval or denial of claims for February 2025 to include numbers 5 through 8.
Discussion? Entertain a motion?
So made.
Second.
Have a motion and a second. Please call the roll.
Sampson.
Yes.
Abernathy.
Yes.
Butler.
Yes.
North.
Yes.
Higginbottom.
Yes.
Wright.
Yes.
Wagoner.
Yes.
Item number 3, presentation from Monica Medley of the Widener Lions Club regarding lake views and barbecue, and consider donation of funds or take other action.
Counselors, before we move forward with this, Ms. Jean LaFave, she's developed a rubrics that will allow you to score these things. So I'm going to let her explain that and pass those out.
Okay, so I actually developed this before I knew this was coming, so nice to meet you. So the reason behind this is I thought, you know, as a board, we will constantly be getting requests for sponsorships and things like that. And so I created a rubric that would take the personal out of it. That way it would be kind of scoring that way we can do just by taxpayer dollars to be able to do that. So, and if you guys want to use them this time, it's totally up to your discretion, but I wanted you to have them. That way you can look at them and for future things like that. I know with the budget right now, I believe you said we'd have to move over $400 to be able to approve this, which is totally something that's possible, but this at least can show anyone that comes up to request any of this that we did our due diligence, and we really appreciate what they do. Plus, this can be an open record where if you get any phone calls from any organization that says, hey, I'm going to be looking for funding, give them this first. That way they can develop their plan to be able to fit this. That way it best makes sense to be able to spend those dollars. But like I said, today it's totally up to you guys, but I at least want you to have it to consider.
Yeah, we'll
Okay.
come back to your report. Yep.
Okay.
Okay, Ms. Medley.
Is there extra? That's good. That's excellent.
Oh, I've got a paper.
There should be one for Rhonda, too.
Yeah, there's 2 pages.
If not, Monica, you can have mine.
I'll give it back to you. She can email me a copy too, not a problem. Or you guys can fill in the blanks as we move forward. So I'm Monica Medley from Wagoner Lions Club. I'm the president. And thank you, council, for allowing me to visit with you today. I really appreciate your time. I've given each of you a packet of information that gives a synopsis of what we've done, the funds that we've raised from last year, and what our plans are for this year. We really see some great results from what we're doing, and in fact, you'll see also that 98% of our money goes back into the community.
I don't know if you guys are familiar with what Lions does here, but one of the big things we are really involved in is vision vouchers. And we supply an average of $600 to $700 a month to DHS and Creoks people. And then every now and then we'll get just regular people call and say, hey, I need some glasses. And so we provide that. Dr. Shelley Rice also then gives a discount. We give the vouchers to the people, they take them to Shelley, and then she does an exam and also does provide them with glasses, whether they need regular glasses or bifocals. So that's a really good thing for our community. We've also done numerous projects beautifying downtown. We helped out the fire department with a fire truck. It was the grass truck, right? Yeah, the grass truck. And then we've also just always out in the community doing lots of donations. We do get a lot of people that reach out to us that we do, and for the 4-H'ers and, you know, wrestling, all kinds of stuff that we're able to do. So with that, our 7th annual Lake Views and Barbecue is coming up again. And we host over 25 KCBS teams, additional rib teams we're going to have this year, and we'll also have our backyards, which averages between 60 to 80 teams that we host at the park. We have a tremendous membership or partnership with the Oklahoma Tourism, and we're able to just kind of take over the park that weekend, and it's really awesome. This year we will also have, we're going to have the Paul Holt Band there, and then we're going to relocate a little bit. For those that have been out there, we've had some Chinook winds, so this year we're going a little north, so hopefully we will avoid those, and it will be at the end of July. You remember the winds, right, Anthony? Yeah. We had, last year, we had several food vendors. We sold over 300 taster kits, 17 other vendors, and several of those vendors, even with the winds, they reported record sales. So that for us was very encouraging because we just did something different this year by integrating, actually 2024, integrating the vendors and the barbecuers so that we had constant flow of people there, which was really good. We introduced radio and found over 2022, 2023, and 2024 that we continue to have increase in attendance. We also have been able to partner with the city of Wagoner and put our flyers in mailers with utility bills in the past. We'll visit that again and see if that's available to advertise and get people there. We're seeing that with radio, our sales and attendance has gone up considerably. We probably experienced 20% new, not new growth, but new attendance of people that have never even been to the park. So for us, that's a big deal. It's bringing them into Wagoner. I had the pleasure, and I've included the PACER report in your packet there. We saw an average of 6 to 1.3% in activity around the area, and an estimated 1,200 people attending our park. The park car count was 600, a little over 600. And so that's affected Wagoner, OK, and Muskogee with the increase of what we've provided here. And not to like the dig or anything, but we did better than Summerfest. So that, for us, the attendance was really big. So with that, we also have our project sheet in there. And I have also all of the itemization there of all of our expenses, everything that came in, and everything that went out. And we made a profit a little over $7,000. So we raised a lot of money ourselves, and I had already had an agreement with WIDA previously. They had donated that year $5,000, and we had a discussion of $10,000. And so that's why I'm here today, is to say we'd like to continue that and see if we could do that again and go from there.
How much are you asking for?
Yeah.
10,000? 10,000?
Mm-hmm.
So in our sponsorship, we only have 4,600. We only budget $5,000. I was unaware of any of that, where the 10,000 prior to us taking over. Now you're saying
There was not a commitment. It was strong discussion, and we had high favor with everyone.
Okay.
And when they were going to do the final vote, that number was not put on the agenda because they did not know it had to be put on the agenda, even though they had agreed the last time that that was very favorable. And then everything changed. And so, no, we got nothing. So that's where we're at.
So after we sponsored the insurance for the Martin Luther King Association March, Laura, $4,675 is what we have in event sponsorships. Now that is until July 1, unless we would want to take from something else in the budget. Right now, with how things are going, I don't know that I would recommend pulling from out of any other line items. So, I mean, that would be completely up to this board. Ms. Medley, would the Lions Club ever entertain moving this back to downtown? They would not?
So before your time, there was a lot. And I'm not a crybaby, and I'm not going to dig up all that stuff, but there was more that I want to deal with again. I don't want to come down and have to deal with the things that we had to previously. And I have had such great response at the lake. I mean, it's so easy for us. They're set up for RV sites already. It's spread out. There's a lot of room. And I just think it would be best to continue at the lake.
I was gonna say, so right now, I mean, I've helped out a little bit with that.
Yes, you
whenever
have.
it was Probably the first year, second year, I don't remember.
Yes.
But, so you guys probably outgrown, I mean, I know there's probably a whole lot more than down there from what I've seen the last 3-4 years. More trucks and trailers and everything else, so probably outgrown the downtown area.
Our state competition on Fridays, we're changing it to a rib. I mean, that has doubled.
Okay.
We just, we made it work. We had one year, I want to say 48 teams downtown, and I don't know how we made that work. It was in COVID, and we were just, they were chasing points, and it was fantastic. But we had a lot of issue, and I can handle a lot of blowback, but there's things I could not handle because I didn't have the support I needed. So therefore, I'm not going to put myself in that situation again.
You wouldn't be able to call it Lake Views and Barbecue.
No, we would not be able to call it Lake Views and Barbecue, would we? So I understand that you guys have other priorities, and I really respect that, and I respect that you guys have to make some tough decisions. I am not going to hold it against anybody. We can come back next year and visit with you again and give you another report, keep you in the loop so that you know. I do know that we get a grant from GRDA, and I have to advertise that we partner with Wagoner per that request on what we get from GRDA, and I'm happy to do that. So we're just, you have not because you ask not, and I think that that's where we're at.
So we and I'm just kind of going back from previous times or whatnot. We've, like with Lions, with Summerfest and stuff like that, we haven't really had a budget allocated for that. It was just, to me, it was just kind of.
No, we do budget that.
Well, we haven't, well, what I'm getting at before, we've taken money out of other places and gave to, well, let's say the blues, or the, what is it called, the bluegrass.
The previous festival?
Yeah, like bluegrass. I mean, so it was budgeted, but we moved whatever money, and it, right or not right, but moved money and then gave that to them. So what I'm getting at, we had $50,000 or $60,000 to do that just a year ago or a year and a half ago, and then now we have $4,675.
This is in WEDA.
But money was taken from WEDA to pay for the bluegrass.
No, that's the Economic Development Fund, the EDF.
But wasn't some money transferred from WPWA to that, or through WEDA to that?
Hold on.
I'm sorry.
We're three entities. You're dropping all three and.
No, I apologize. Yeah, we're in WEDA right now.
We are in WEDA.
What I'm getting at, there was money allocated from WEDA to be brought, or even the other way, to pay for the bluegrass.
We have a city economic development fund, And during the budget process, we actually budget those items, including bluegrass. The only time it wasn't is the very first year that we had to make an amendment when it first came to town.
I think what you're thinking of is WEDA did sponsor Moonfest.
They did, I do remember that, but that,
Yes, but that was when we were separate. That it wasn't us, but
Right.
I believe they played for the porta potties at Moonfest.
right.
Like with Summerfest and the chamber, they actually present to me in a letter what they'll request when I make the budget. And so that's how we come up with those dollars for Summerfest and the chamber.
From what,
The Economic Development
economic
Fund.
development?
And it's in the actual budget, it's listed as
Yes.
transfer to the Chamber of Commerce. It's not listed as Summerfest because sometimes there's more than one
Right.
program.
Sometimes it's fishing tournaments and various things.
And so in our economic development, we only have, what do we have right now? Just this right here?
No. We have more funds,
Right.
but right
But
now, how the WEDA budget sits, I would not recommend transferring anything from another line item to the sponsorships. We didn't really get we didn't get this during budget time. We didn't get to move everything and put it how we wanted it. We pretty much got a cookie cutter sheet budget where things are setting pretty good, that I would not feel comfortable for the board to do an adjustment and change a line item to up that.
Gotcha. And this is all we have until July 1?
Yes, for event sponsorships.
How much did we start out with?
5,000. The only thing we've sponsored is Martin Luther King Parade insurance, which is why we're at $4,675.
Can I throw something else out there, too?
Yes, ma'am.
Widener Lions Club has been responsible for facilitating the WEDA grant.
Absolutely.
How is that going to handle? I know it's not on the deal, but it's something else that we do as a Lions Club.
So me and Jenny actually talked about that today, and
Okay.
we're still wanting to proceed with that grant.
Okay.
I believe we have a line item for grants, don't we?
Not in this year.
Okay, I'm thinking of last year. So this year, there will not be one.
Okay?
The change of boards and everything.
Sure.
I mean.
You gotta work
during
out the
budget time,
kinks.
We can do a lot of things and a lot
Right.
of
I
discussion.
mean, there's a lot of
but
budget
with
kinks
this
that we're gonna have
half
to.
the year, we didn't put all the things in.
Okay?
And that's just like the 10,000, even if we'd have budgeted, I'd never heard that until when we talked the other day. I didn't know that they had been in talks with you for 10,000.
I presented several times, and they were, so. I mean, it is what it is, and you guys have to do what you think is best, and when do I have to be on a line item, or what is the procedure now? You say July 1st for 2026?
No.
Or
We-
how does that
we-
work?
We probably need you to probably submit a request probably in May, March, April.
This
Yeah.
year or next year?
Yeah,
This year.
yes.
Is that online to,
No,
Or
no.
how do I-
You'll send me an email. mayor@wagnerok.org.
okay?
I think that'd be fine enough, wouldn't it?
Yes.
I think we were getting some, yeah, a letter's fine.
Okay,
Just something in writing, that way we can say this has been presented by them, this is what they're planning, and then we can, because there's been times in the past that we've wanted to do other things, but the budget didn't allow for it. So that helps us make our budget.
sure, I understand. I've also included, if anybody else wants to sponsor, you can. We have our Wagner Lions meeting at Ron's Burgers Wednesday. And if any of you would like to come, kind of see what we are, we'll buy your lunch. I'm not trying to bribe or anything. That's just what we do as a Lions Club. We just buy visitors lunches because we're trying to grow our club to
time is that?
noon. Noon to 1, sister. Lunchtime.
Do you know Clay Swab?
Yes. He's in Ukraine now.
No, he's back. I saw him at
Okay.
Miranda's today.
Yeah.
I don't know, have you
He's
ever tried to
been-
line up with him on
He
that?
has been with us, and we've worked with him, and we've donated to him.
Okay.
Absolutely.
Yeah, I figured.
We've helped Clay
that sounded
quite a
like
bit, yeah.
Something you two would be right on
But
together,
really,
so.
we're trying to grow our club. Everybody has something to bring to the table. We think we're the funnest club. We're only $75 a year, so you would get a free lunch. That was free.
Do we have anything like pressing as far as using these funds for the 46?
I don't.
Right now, just
Nothing right now.
would anybody be inclined to give them $2,000 or whatnot of this?
We can put it on that, we discussed it on that, if they are, we can put it on that special meeting.
I mean, any little bit helps, right?
Absolutely.
Let me make a recommendation to you. If you're going to make a donation of any kind, and I don't care if 10,000, 2,000, or 40 cents, that we do it in the form of a resolution, and we make a finding what the public purpose is and how it affects the economic development as best we can.
Right.
So that we can show that we have complied with our requirements.
Is that Pacer report satisfactory for showing the impact?
I don't believe you've seen it.
Kristen did?
I
Yeah.
haven't seen it.
Okay.
All I've seen is the agenda item.
Oh, gotcha.
Yeah, I would say this report shows the economic impact or whatnot on here.
Do you want my copy, Ken?
No, that's fine, yeah, I mean, well, I'm not the one that has to draft this resolution, you understand. I mean, if anybody, if you want input into the resolution, I would just like for the board to make a finding that it's for an economic purpose.
And I'm 100% on board with that. I'm just trying to figure out,
This Rubik that was passed out.
well, I'm just saying, but I mean, we've been approving things for a long time without the Rubik and sometimes not even this detailed for a long time, so, I don't know. But this right here is, I mean, you've put the economic impact report in here and.
I think the only thing besides the chamber that we've agreed to sponsor was the Martin Luther King.
Well, no, I'm talking about just in previous years, over the last 4 years. I know we've approved things with less information, but
Is this something you can get done and put on a special call meeting?
Yeah, I mean, it's easy to prepare.
Right,
So you can have it in the morning then.
right,
It's easy to prepare.
right. So
This is Rubik that was passed
you can
out.
get this done and put it in the special call meeting?
It's really what I'm saying.
We could, if that's what the council wants, well, we can do that, yeah.
Yes,
So,
absolutely.
take no action? Or do you want to make a motion? What do you want to do here?
It's up to them. They can put it on that special call.
Take no action, and I would suggest, and then put it on a special call meeting.
Absolutely.
Then
Okay. Thank you for
I'll
your
let you
time.
know when that is, Ms. Medley.
Thank you. Do I need to come to that, or do
It's
you
up
need
to you.
additional?
It's up to you.
Okay, let me know. I'm happy to be there if you need it, so.
Okay.
And if you guys don't want these, I'll take them back so you're not inundated with paper, so. I don't want to bug everybody with it, so.
Well, sometimes it just throws it in the trash. Thank you very much, Council.
Thank you.
thank you.
Item number 4 is the director's report.
Hello, everyone. Day 4 on the job. So not even a week yet, but I'm really excited. We've done a lot of meeting a lot of people. I've been trying to dig up any background information that I can find about Wagoner, and I've been reading old minutes and old agendas. We've been doing site visits, meeting business owners, and just meeting the community, and there's still a lot of that left to do. So the next thing I'm going to hand out to you, just so you guys can kind of get a gauge of what the next 90 days might look like for me, I planned out exactly what that plan is and bullet pointed everything within those, within that 90-day agenda. So I'll go. That way you can just get a better idea of kind of the direction, just in my first take, outside looking in, objective view of all the context clues that I've been gathering the last 4 days. So if you want to look at those, obviously you don't have to look at it right now. You're getting it for the first time right now. But if you have any feedback, you can always reach me, so we can discuss it obviously at the next meeting. And I'm sure it'll be a living document that's adjusted as we go, but also that rubric was a part of what I worked on, just because imagine a scenario where we only have $4,000 and we have 2 different organizations come in and they're both asking for $2,500. This is a way to objectify their requests. And make sure it aligns with our goals. And so just to save us from situations like that, and if we use it in a system that works best for you each and every time, then that also protects you guys from any assumptions of doing favors and things like that. And that's what I really wanted to keep in mind with that. So within my first 4 days, do you guys have any questions for me? Is that what you want in a report? I know Laura's also in the middle of an audit, so you can also give me feedback on how you want this reported as well, so. Is that it?
Thank you. Any other questions? Thanks.
Okay, thank you.
Not this time.
Item number 5 is adjournment.
So wait,
Have a motion and a second. Please call the roll.
Butler.
yes.
Wagoner.
Yes.
Higginbottom.
Yes.
North.
Yes.
Abernathy.
Yes.
Bright.
Yes.
Sampson.
Yes.
Meeting adjourned at 8:10.
All that time without.
Thank you, Larry.
I got a question. So, so it's 9170.